Bonjour Français 3. In this video, we will go over leçon 14, un petit service, which means a small favor. Alors, leçon 14 will cover 3 learning targets, 3 cibles d'apprentissage. I can communicate about friends and acquaintances by using object pronouns. I can refer to myself and those I am addressing using me, te, nous, et vous. I can make and respond to requests using the imperative or command form, l'impératif, and pronouns and verbs like montrer, donner, rendre, etc. We will start with this lesson with the object pronouns that correspond to je, tu, nous, vous. So, je, tu, nous, vous are subject pronouns, right? And we know that, which mean I, you, we, and you all, d'accord? In the form of a subject. The subject is the person or thing that does the action. Now, here they are, je, tu, nous, vous, in a table, right? And the object pronoun that corresponds to je is me, or M apostrophe, when it precedes a noun or a verb starting with a vowel. The object pronoun that corresponds to the subject tu is te or te apostrophe before a verb starting with a vowel. The object pronoun that corresponds to nous as a subject is nous. So here it's a subject, here it's a direct object, objet, pronom. The object pronoun corresponding to vous is vous. And what do the object pronouns mean? Me means me or to me. Te means you or to you. Like this. In a sentence like this, Eric me téléphone. Eric is the subject. Téléphone is the verb. Eric does the action. He does the verb, right? Does the action. Eric téléphone. But he calls who? He calls me. Me or me is the object and it's placed before the verb in French. In English, you would say, he invites me. He invites me. In French, you say, il or bien Eric me téléphone. It calls me, not invites me. So we can replace Eric, the subject, with the subject pronoun il, right? So in this sentence, il m'invite. Il is a subject. Me or M apostrophe in this case is an object pronoun, subject pronoun. Object pronoun, verb. D'accord? Il m'invite. He invites me. D'accord? Same thing for tu. The object pronoun is te, which means you or to you. In a sentence like this, Anne te parle. Anne is the subject. Anne est le sujet. Parle est le verbe. Te est le pronom objet. D'accord? Et le pronom objet. So subject, object, verb. Translating to, Anne talks to you. Elle t'écoute aussi. She listens also to you. Or she is listening to you also. D'accord? Nous is a subject, and the object corresponding to nous is nous, like this, in a sentence like this. Tu nous téléphones. You call us. You is the subject. Us is the object. The object is a noun, the person or thing that the action applies to, not the action is done by. That would be the subject. Tu nous téléphones. You call us. Tu nous invites. You are inviting us or you invite us. Tu is subject pronoun and nous is object pronoun. Vous is a subject. Vous is the object pronoun corresponding to the subject. In a sentence like je vous parle, je is the subject. Parle is the object, is the verb, and vous is the object. I speak to you all, or I am speaking to you. Je vous écoute means I listen to you or I am listening to you. As we said already, me and te, this me and this te become M apostrophe and T apostrophe before a vowel sound. Now, what about the position of the object pronouns, les pronoms objets, les pronoms d'objet? In French, object pronouns come immediately before the verb. So you look for the verb in the sentence and you place them before the verb. You look for the verb like this and you place them before the verb. In an affirmative sentence, the order of the words will be Je te téléphone ce soir. I am calling you. I call you tonight. So we have subject, object or object pronoun, verb, and rest of the sentence. Let's look at the second affirmative sentence. Tu nous invites au cinéma. You invite us to the movie. So we have subject pronoun, object pronoun, verb, rest of the sentence. What about in the negative form of a sentence? In the negative, the object pronoun is still placed before the verb. And what comes before it? The ne. And what comes after the verb? The pas. So the ne and the pas, which means not, in the negative form, surround the verb and the object pronoun, like this. Je ne te téléphone pas demain. I am not calling you tomorrow. Pas should be after the verb and ne before the object pronoun. Tu ne nous invites pas au concert. You are not inviting us to the concert. So pas is after the verb, ne is before the object pronoun. Or you can think of it as ne pas surrounds the object pronoun and the verb. Let's look in this slide 4 or la diapositive 4. So here we have avant, before, here we have après. And avant means before, après means after. Tu veux déjeuner avec moi? Je t'invite. Do you want to have lunch with me? I invite you. Je t'invite. I invite you, or I'm inviting you. Tu m'invites? Are you inviting me? Merci, c'est gentil. Thank you. That's nice of you. Après, what happened after? Dis Catherine, est-ce que tu peux me prêter 20 euros? Catherine, can you lend me? Est-ce que tu peux me prêter? Can you lend me or loan me 20 euros? D'accord. So the words in heavy print or heavy type are called object pronouns. Note the form and position of these pronouns in the sentences below. Tu me parles? Are you talking to me? Oui, je te parle. Yes, I'm talking to you. Tu nous invites au concert? Are you inviting us to the concert? Oui, je vous invite. Yes, I'm inviting you. So notice in English, the object pronoun are placed after the verb, while in French, they are placed before the verb. So let's look at this table here where we have the subject, which is the person or thing doing the action. Here we have the subject pronoun doing the action like elle. And here we have the object or person receiving the action like nous. That would be object pronoun. And the action is the verb and the other info comes after the verb, which is the rest of the sentence. So, elle nous donne du chocolat. She is doing the action of giving. Elle donne. And she's giving to who? Nous, to us, à nous. So, subject, object, verb. Elle nous donne quoi? And the rest of the sentence or rest of the info here is du chocolat. D'accord, so in this slide here, diapositive 6, we will look at new vocab. Please fill out all the missing sections in your lesson note for leçon 14 as you are watching this video. Rapport et service personnel. So relations and personal services or favors. So we're going to look at all the verbs. And here, notice at the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth verb are all ER verbs, while the last verb is an RE verb. So they should be conjugated accordingly. But what's interesting is that these verbs take an a preposition a. But before this preposition, there is a 3 dot, which indicates that they take another object. Okay, so when we say présenter à, it means to introduce to. But in this blank here, there should be a direct object. Okay? So you introduce someone to someone. Présenter quelqu'un à quelqu'un. D'accord? Let's look at this sentence, at this example that helps us understand. Je présente mon copain à mes parents. Je présente mon copain à mes parents. So I introduce my friend to my parents. So we have to remember that all these verbs do require the preposition a. Apporter à. To bring to. Tu apportes un cadeau à ta mère. Donner à. To give to. Eric donne son adresse à Pauline. He gives his address to Pauline. Montrer à. To show to. Nous montrons nos photos à nos amis. We show our photos to our friends. Prêter à. To lend or to loan to. Anne prête son vélo à Valérie. Anne lends her bike to Valérie. And rendre à. To give back, to return, to give back to. Exemple, je rends le dictionnaire au prof. I give back the dictionary to the teacher.